have gone through their pregame festivities, warm-ups, announcements. We're ready for Sooner softball as Briley Klosterman digs in for the Iowa Hawkeyes on a gorgeous Sunday morning for Sooner softball. First pitch from Jordy Ball is fouled off by the left-handed hitting Klosterman. 11:32 a.m. with the first pitch. Klosterman, the left-handed hitting center fielder, at .238 this season, has started all of the 26 now games for the 16-9 Iowa Hawkeyes. The 0-1 pitch from Ball. In for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes. Sooners all crimson look today with the black socks and the crimson shoes you love to see. White Oklahoma in that wood grain crimson with the numbers just below on the chest and that Jordan font. The 0-2. What a start. Swing and a miss on the rise. One away. Klosterman is retired. Chalk up. Strikeout number 89 on the season for Jordy Ball. Here's Mia Carter. Not a bad start.
Not a bad start. But I'm liking how aggressive Iowa came out. Swinging at that first pitch is pretty aggressive to me. I think when you get in there and you're facing a pitcher like Jordy Ball, being aggressive that first pitch, and especially knowing she works up the ladder, you want to make sure that you're trying to take advantage of the lower pitch.
Swing and a miss by Mia Carter, the leading hitter for Iowa at .472 on the season. Also third on the team with 10 runs batted in. The 0-1, well outside. I'm going to check with the third base umpire. No swing, ruled safe for Carter. We got to hit that weather report because this is an awesome day. Chamber of Commerce Day here in Oklahoma City. A 1-1, swing and a miss, strike 2. Our weather report brought to you by Norman Heat and Air. Look at that, 70 degrees outside right now. And we're going to angle towards a high of, 79? Almost 80? Break out the sunblock.
Yeah, it is a beautiful day.
Here's the 1-2 pitch from the Sooner freshman. Swing and a miss. 2 up, 2 down, both by way of the K. Weather, by the way, brought to you by the Trails Golf Club in Norman, where you'll experience everything you love about golf and more. Did you just catch how good of a spotter Andrew Shepard is? Did you notice that? Whenever we brought up we needed the weather, he had the weather report
He's
up on
on
his
it.
phone for him. Tell me we don't have this thing figured out. 2 outs for Denali Lecker. Right-handed hitting DP.
We have a pretty star-studded booth up
I
here.
know, right? Kylie Lundberg is up here with us. Whitley Simmons again. Made my day when I saw Whitley walking up from the team arriving. You know what? We almost got burned again because I made one mistake when we signed off last night.
Whoa.
I'll tell you about it after this 0-1 pitch as Ball brings it home. Popped up, out of play. There was a game before ours today. They had a 9 a.m. first pitch. I thought we started this day. We did not. But thankfully it was a game that cooked. So there was no need to worry about pushing back the start. But as we left here last night, I was, hey, no problem with an 11:30 first pitch, which again there was. 0-2 pitch to Lecker. Crowd claps in unison as the pitch, swing and a miss. What a start here in the top of the first inning for Jordy Ball. 3 up, 3. Don't swing at the first pitch, Talon. First pitch to Talon Snow in the bottom of the first inning is up high for ball 1. Scoreless in the 5th game of the Hall of Fame Classic for the Oklahoma Sooners. 4-0 on the weekend, 24-0 on the season. 20-run rule wins, and no one's been hotter than Talon Snow, who pops one deep to center field at what would be the warning track. Klosterman makes the catch, and there's 1 away. It's at our keys to the game. That wind is blowing out at 19 miles an hour. You can see the flags in center field for those of you on the .TV side, blowing out to left center field. Hey, let's hit our keys to the game, brought to you by Riverwind Casino. Destiny, what do you need to see from the Sooners here today?
Yeah, I think everybody just kind of needs to stick to the basics and kind of go with what they know to do. You know, I think we don't need to make this game any more complicated. I think that they're in a good spot. They're comfortable. You see their bats are pretty hot. Their defense is pretty good. But I think just sticking to the basics, making sure you're sticking with the ball, making all the plays, and having good pitch selection in the box. I think one adjustment that some of the hitters can make is really identifying which location the ball is coming. But, I mean, there's not a lot. There's not a lot that you could say about this team right now.
1-0 to Alo is up high. 2 balls and no strikes. Jocelyn Alo sitting at 99 career home runs. 99 career home runs. She's hit 11 so far this season and has also driven in a team-high 33 runs. Look at Pop. Look at Chip Gasso. Here's the 2-0. Little off speed, drops in for a strike.
You're getting spoiled in the booth today.
Vasquez. This is Brianna Vasquez for the 16-9 Iowa Hawkeyes. She's 5-4 on the season. Righty has a 3.27 ERA. Opponents hitting just .265 against her. Flags at rest in center field as Jossie waits on the 2-1. Takes it up, 3-1. Catcher Peak tried to hold that one just a little bit longer, but did not get the call. Iowa's Jossie's going to jog down and chat with Patty Gasso, and Peak's going to use this opportunity to chat with their starter Vasquez. Real quick on the Iowa defense. Doster at first, Diaz at second, Baines at short, DeSena at third, Sheehy out left with Klosterman at center, and Carter in right. If I didn't mention it behind the plate is Marissa Peak. But one thing that is pretty obvious today is that the Sooners are wanting to continue to execute, as Destiny talked about in her Riverwind Casino keys to the game, at a much, much higher level, which is surprising when you think about it. Alo waits on one, pops it down the right field line, foul. Carter gave it a mad chase. It was a blooper in foul territory. The second baseman Diaz was racing out, as was Doster. But you have to essentially play Jossie with your back against the wall.
Yes.
So any blooper's got a chance.
Right. Carter's got to be back there, but I think that was great effort for her to try to get that play for Vasquez, because that would have been a huge out for Vasquez to get Alo out of there.
3 balls and 2 strikes now. The pitch, line shot, base hit, left field. She makes it look easy. Here comes Tiare Jennings. Iowa on the season, we mentioned 16-9 here in 2022. They've had a nice start to the Hall of Fame Classic. They beat Houston, San Diego, and Sam Houston State, but then lost here yesterday to Indiana 8-4. This is their final game of the weekend before they travel back to Iowa City for their first conference showdown with Wisconsin. The Big Ten that's kind of been hard to figure out this offseason, or this non-conference season. First pitch to Tiare Jennings is in for a strike. Actually saw a rarity from Tiare the other day. She came out of a game relatively early. Taylon Snow came in and played some second base. Hadn't seen that in a minute. Here's the 0-1 up high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Numbers still impressive. 369 average, 10 home runs, a double, a triple. 19 walks so far this season, tied for second on the team. She's awesome. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Jennings. Popped up, foul territory. It's going to get just out of play. Well, actually, it kind of hit in front of the dugout. There was no chance for DeSena to get there. Last night we were joking in the post-game show, Destiny, what more can you say about this team? You kind of feel that same way about hitters 1 through 5 right now,
I'm looking at the stats like, okay.
These are real.
Snow's at 545, Alo's 509, 447, 444, 410, 369, 358. Like, what do you – and how do you throw to them?
Oh, that one was a little out of the zone. Jennings chased it, pokes it foul down the right field line, hits off the sidewall.
So Jossie's hit was off a change. Her pop fly that Carter came chasing in was a change. That was a change. So she's able to mix her speeds, which is really good, and I think that's going to be a little bit of a challenge for OU. I don't know if they're used to seeing that many change-ups come in the first 3 batters, so maybe that's something that they're going to have to maybe adjust a little bit.
1-2, pop foul down the right side again. You know, that's one thing. The Iowa outfield, by the way, Klosterman is even behind kind of the patch of, I guess you could say, stomped down grass. I don't want to say dead grass, 'cause that's, well, it's all kind of dead right now, to be honest with you. But stomped down in that area in center field. Now, Klosterman takes a step back, but there is one thing. Tiare hasn't hit a home run since the Hawaii trip, and she reaches and grounds this one off the glove of the pitcher, and no one's going to have a play because Chassi had a mini collision with Diaz. Now, this is going to draw the ire at least momentarily. And when I say a mini, M-I-N-I, that's exactly what it was. Renee Gillespie is going to have a conversation with the second base umpire. But Jossie kind of woed up. I thought that maybe that could be ruled obstruction. So I don't know why the Iowa coach, why Coach Gillespie would be arguing here.
Well, I think when you have a second baseman going after a ball and the runner is in the way, it's Jossie's job to kind of avoid that obstruction. So
unless they might call her out here.
They're arguing that she's out but it seemed that the umpire didn't call her obstruction and maybe had said that the ball wasn't close enough.
Here's a spoiler alert, even though we are the Sooner Radio Network. The ball was close enough.
The ball was close. Yeah. I think up here that Jossie needed to avoid that a little bit better.
Yeah, she could likely get called out here. Right now, it's being ruled a hit for Tiare Jennings, who adds to what has been a fantastic weekend. They're going to rule her safe. We have a rules expert up in the booth, and even he is surprised right now. I mean, again, there's so many different elements on a play like that, and it's a bang-bang call for the second base umpire. Oh, well, in this case, the first base umpire had moved over. That's Jerry Jones. Chad Spencer is at third, and Donald Postel is our home plate umpire today. Umpire is brought to you by Century Roofing, on guard for Oklahoma. But you're right, the runner has to avoid the fielder. And now, if they were at the bag and it was a closer play, then you start talking about obstruction.
Right. And I think even going back to Coach Gassis saying, maybe they're inching towards that 7. I think those are the little things that she's looking to have. Like, that stuff cannot happen in conference. That cannot happen in postseason.
They get a break here, but it's got to be cleaned up, is what you're saying.
Right.
I love it.
That's definitely something that Jossie needs to avoid.
Well, at this moment, Peak didn't like something in her conversations with Vasquez, and she took her catcher's mask out and just walked out to the circle. That was after a relatively long delay for the argument about whether or not Alo should have been called out. First pitch to Lyons is low for ball 1. Grace Lyons had an 18-game hitting streak come to an end here on Friday, and she has been on fire since, as the 1-0 pitch misses high. 2 balls and no strikes. And it is one of those moments where you think about it. She had the 18-game streak, actually had another plate appearance potentially, but was pinch hit for. The 2-0 is up high, 3-0. That was against Indiana, where she was 0 for 1 with 2 walks and scored 2 runs. Since then, including last night's game against San Diego, she's 4 for her last 6 with 4 runs scored and 2 RBI. Oh, and also 2 home runs. The 3-0 in for a strike, 3-1. So she said, we won't worry about that hitting streak. We'll start a new one, right? Total number of home runs on the season so far is at 8 for G3. She's had 3 in the last 5 games. The 3-0, or 3-1, swing and a miss. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Scoreless game, Sooners threatening here early. Runners at first and second with 1 out. Alo stands at second. After a base hit, Jennings, an infield hit, stands at first.
We may see a change here, and I think they would like to go that double play route.
This ball skied to shallow right field. Racing under it is Carter to make the catch. Jossie bluffs a go, and the ball's thrown away. Here comes Jocelyn Alo to third. They'll hold her there. Jennings to second, and they're going to give Alo home plate because she was on her way to third. 1-zip Sooners on the wild, unnecessary throw from Carter in right field. I don't think we're able to get an RBI out of that for Grace Lyons. But if we did, it would be her 24th of the season. And Jossie got that extra base because she was on her way to third and was that ball, was just launched out of the hand of Carter. 1-zip Sooners. Here's Jada Coleman. Jada's had quite the weekend as she takes the first pitch a little up for ball one. Hit a bomb here last night. 3-run home run. That came in the first inning. Late game last night against 1-0 pitch is up high, 2-0 Houston. I was getting it. She went 2 for 3 in that game with 3 runs batted in and that 3-run home run. I think it might be fair to say for Jada that did a bit of a forgettable weekend, though she has scored a ton of runs. Maybe I should rephrase that if the 2-0 pitch is low. Well, you look at it, and from a stats perspective, she went 2 for 3 against Houston. But outside of that, she's been, 0 for 4 so far, but yet she's scored 7 runs in the 4 games already.
Yeah.
She's been walked a lot. 3-0, in for a strike, 3-1.
Her slugging percentage, .585, is with a batting average of .358. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So, E1 on the broadcaster. I don't want to describe this as a struggle because Jada's been rolling.
And I think the thing about Jada is she is a power hitter, but she's not necessarily only a power hitter.
3-1
she's there to move runs.
Ball 4, and she'll head down to first base. And with 2 outs for Lindsey Elam, Sooners have runners at first and third, and I don't know if you could have a better first and third combination, or as far as disciplined hitter than Lindsey Elam coming to the plate, but Jada's got to make sure she doesn't leave that bag early, which we did get confirmation last night. She left early. There was no question from the dugout, unfortunately. They'll have different sectors that are kind of keeping an eye on different things, and unfortunately no one could make the case for that. Here's Elam, Sooner captain. Speaking of good weekend, speaking of good runs, first pitch to Elam is in for a strike. No motion over at first base from Jada Coleman. 1-zip Sooners. First and third here early on, bottom of the first inning. 2 outs. Need a 2-out hit from Elam. 2-out hitting has not necessarily been a great thing for the Sooners so far this weekend. The 0-1 is up high. Runner goes. They'll throw down to third instead and give Jada the bag. So for Jada Coleman on the season, 5 for 6 in stolen base opportunities. And in a weekend when the Sooners have been running pretty wild. They get a runner at second and third here with 2 outs. The 1-1 is up high. With 2 outs in the Sam Houston game, the Sooners went just 1 for 6. Improved it against Indiana in the 15-1 win, went 6 for 19. Yesterday, they were 4 for 13 with 2 outs. A little over 300. The 2-1 pitch. There's a big-time 2-out blast off the bat of Lindsey Elam. Well out of here. Over the left center field wall. What a shot from Lindsey Elam. That 2-out clutch gene lives in number 22. And it's 4-zip Sooners on a 3-run blast from Elam.
Just a shot right out to left center. And we talked about how comfortable Vasquez is throwing changeups, and that's exactly what Elam just sat back and drilled out of here. I mean, that hit the warning track of the 300-foot fence.
Wow.
Just a shot.
Home runs this season brought to you in part by Whataburger and the Sooner Club's Launch Pad project. Help us launch into the future with a long ball. Pledge to donate for every home run that OU softball hits in 2022. Go to thesoonerclub.com/launchpad. Here's Alyssa Brito. Wow, what a bomb. That was deep. First pitch to Brito is in for a strike.
I was over here thinking that maybe this could be a little bit more challenging, seeing a lot of changeups. Those are a little bit intimidating to know you have to be able to adjust in the batter's box to multiple speeds, and they're handling it just fine. So that's not something we get to we get to analyze.
The 0-1 pitch is up high to Brito. Boy, what a Friday Alyssa had here. She went 3 for 5 with 4 runs scored, 6 runs batted in, and 2 home runs as the 1-1 pitch is up and away. In fact, it was a 2 home run game that she had against Sam Houston State. She didn't play in the game last night against Houston, went 0 for 2 with a run batted in against San Diego. The 2-1 is lifted deep down the left field line. If it's fair, it's gone. It is a foul ball. Home plate umpire did not make the signal. The umpire down the line, who was blocked by this window thing from my view. I was watching the home plate. I never saw the umpire down the left field line. Maybe more dramatic than it needed to be, which should shock absolutely no one who listens with any regularity. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 4 zip Sooners here in the bottom of the first inning. The pitch to Brito is in the dirt. So one note that is pretty interesting about Alyssa Brito, when she gets hot in bunches. In the Friday games at the Mary Nutter Classic, she had 5 runs batted in, went 2 for 2 in the 2 games, and scored 2 runs. So this weekend, she has 7 runs batted in. So 12 of her 15 runs batted in as she takes the 3-2 pitch low for ball 4. Came on 2 days. The Friday at Mary Nutter and the Friday here at the Oklahoma City Hall of Fame Classic. Here's Jana Johns. Jana Johns down in the 8-hole today. I don't believe we've seen Jana Johns hit 8th this season. Here's mine. As everyone has noticed, whenever I have room, I spread out in a broadcast booth. I've acted like I'm living here. Here's John's first pitch. She'll take first strike. Numbers on Jana. 357 average, 7 home runs, 22 runs batted in. 10 extra base hits, 3 doubles. She glides into the batter's box. The 0-1. Runner goes, line drive, base hit into left field. Look at these Sooners with 2 outs. Was it me that brought up the sack that they had struggled with 2 outs, or was that you?
No. That was
sure?
you playing. No.
Last night, I came home and the wife and the kids weren't quite back yet from a trip, so I broke out the laptop and I was statting away, man. I had numbers, and I thought, this team's been so good with 2 outs. Seems like they've struggled a bit this week. Well, a walk, a home run, a walk, and a single so far with 2 outs today. Okay. And here's Riley Boone. Boy, they're playing her way too deep at third base. I don't know what DeSena is doing right now. But here's the first pitch to Riley Boone, who is swinging away and fouls it off. And there goes the call sheets from the wristband of Alyssa Brito. Patty Gasso is going to have to hustle to get it. It's a race between Gasso and Baines, the shortstop, who kindly hands off the card without looking at it. No balls and a strike. I haven't even had a chance to bring up one of the more interesting moments we've had so far this season, which is becoming a trend when it comes to calls. The 0-1 to Boone, the bunt is foul. Boy, if that was in play, I mean, she might have got a double out of it. I don't know what DeSena is doing. So, Cal State Fullerton was the only team I've ever heard it, but I hear it's becoming more of a thing in like travel ball, and that is the yelling out of the numbers. So the coach will make the call to the pitcher, and then they might have someone on the bench. It's 1, 2, 1. That's
yeah. So it's all through travel ball.
Oh, okay.
But fun fact.
Here, let's act it after the 0-2 pitch to Boone as she lines one to right field, and it's caught by Carter. Hold that thought.
Yep.
Hold that thought. It was a big top out to Grace Lyons on a nice play deep in the hole, maybe even a better stretch at first. And as we lead off the second inning, Oklahoma leads at 4-0. There's one away. And for Iowa, there's Grace Barnes. 4 runs on 4 hits for the Sooners. 1 Iowa error, maybe a call that went the Sooners' way in that first inning as the first pitch is fouled back to Barnes for strike 1. Now let's finish up this conversation. Grace Barnes, the .254 hitter, the shortstop. We were talking about the first game of the Mary Nutter Classic. Cal State Fullerton and the yelling out of numbers. Again, it's not really, unless you have someone who has an incredible memory, it's hard to take advantage of it with the amount of times that we see the numbers shift. But as this 0-1 pitch from Ball catches the outside corner for strike 2, it's a developing trend, right?
Yes, and it has it was established when so I was on the first team where these sign cards came in, because Coach Gasso had these crazy signs that she'd like touch your forehead, touch your face, touch your nose, and
0-2 is grounded foul.
We struggled to get those figured out. So we all decided that the card route was for us, and no one ever looked back. It's a trend. It's almost every university has it. I know a lot of travel ball teams use it, but
everyone now has it. The 0-2 pitch is popped up behind home plate. Elam finds it. Now we'll get some help, and Johns dropped it. Oh, Jana, we've seen Sooner infielders struggle here a bit with infield pop-ups. It happened in the World Series last year against Florida State. Jana Johns looks up. Binoculars time. I don't see any Sooner infielders wearing sunglasses. Not even Nieners at first. But that is a high, bright sky today.
Yeah, and to be fair, I mean, that play needs to be made. But to be fair, it was straight up to where almost Elam could have had that. But you want to take that as a third baseman away because you got to remove your mask and all that stuff. So
here's Riley Sheehy. Sorry about that, Destiny. Sheehy, the left-handed hitting left fielder for Iowa. .242 average on the season. Hasn't driven in a run. And the no batting gloves look. Here's the 1-0 pitch to the lefty, swing and a miss. Boy, that's a really, really tough play too for a catcher. I mean, one that you worked tirelessly on being able to make, but I don't think Elam saw the ball the moment she took her mask off.
Yeah, no, that's a really hard play. I mean, it was in the playing area of Elam, but Johns was trying to just take that away.
Bunt, charged by Johns, throws to first, retires Sheehy. The crowd roars. That was a little bit more of a spectacular play than typically in those situations you needed to be, because Sheehy was hustling down the line. There's Amber DeSena. DeSena on the season struggling. 195 average, but bats here with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. They did rule the infield pop-up as an error on Johns. The first pitch is in for a striking. No. What are they going to call an illegal pitch? They aren't. So 1 ball, no strikes. The home plate umpire called it, which is, and Jen Rocha was right out. So, okay, I've learned so much about illegal pitches this year. Here's the problem with illegal pitches. It's different at every single level. What you can do in international play, you can't do in college. What you can do in travel ball, you can't do in college. I think that was on the pause from Jordy, as this ball's lined down the right field line foul. And instead of an 0-2 count, you have a 1-1 count after the illegal pitch. That's the only thing I can come up with, because I mean, usually if it's a hop or if your foot slides off the rubber, the first or third base umpire call it. And I didn't see either one of them make that call on the illegal pitch.
Yeah. And that rule changed, too. An illegal pitch used to have the runner advance.
That's right. Now it's just a ball, the 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. It's wild if you think about it, for those of you who have been diehards and been with us from day one of calling every single game. The 2016 Friday game against Kansas, the Sooners basically lost that game because of a couple illegal pitches and runners advancing. Now that rule has changed.
That's a significant rule change.
1-2. Cold strike 3, inning over. Jordy Ball works around the one-out error and strikes out the fourth batter for her this game. We head to the bottom of the second. Back to the top of the lineup for the Sooners. Taylon Snow leads it off at the bottom of the second. First pitch skips in for ball one. Sooners lead it 4-0 after sending 9 batters to the plate. A 3-run home run from Lindsey Elam was the big difference in the first. So back to the top of the lineup here in the second. Snow flied out to center field to start the game, waits on the off speed that hangs up high, 2 balls and no strikes. Our second innings this season brought to you by the Car Crash Clinic of Dr. Martin Lopez. Call the Car Crash Clinic of Dr. Martin Lopez if you're injured in an auto accident. 405-86-CRASH for the evaluation and treatment you need and deserve. 2-0 is a line drive over the head of the leaping shortstop Baines into left center field. Stops short of the wall on the sliding play by Klosterman, but still a leadoff double for Taylon Snow. Chalk up for Taylon, her 6th double of the season, which is second on the team behind 7 from Jocelyn Alo, who is 1 for 1 as she digs in here in the second.
It is so fun watching Taylon Snow just have fun. Like, she looks so comfortable, natural, smooth, and she's done a really good job being a table setter. And she's not as, talked about. She's not really highlighted, but she does a great job in that one hole.
First pitch up high, ball 1 to Alo, who singled here in the first inning. Jossie is at 99 career home runs. I don't know if it's as big a deal to some, but is one shy of tying Petey Cavilla's 100 home run mark. In baseball, as the 1-0 pitch is in for strike 1-1. Again, 2 completely separate sports that obviously get overly compared whenever you might have new people to the sport. That's fine. Here's the 1-ball, 1-strike pitch to Jossie. Sky to right field. This could be trouble. Falling fast. It's down for a hit. Get back to second. And she does. Sliding in safely is Taylon Snow as Jossie just powered that one into right field off her fists. And Carter, who was playing at the wall, sprinted in and couldn't make the play. 2 for 2 day for Jossie.
Carter, she's playing so deep, and you have no choice when Jossie's up to bat. You've got to play that deep. But what happens when there's a little blooper or an off-speed pitch that catches Jossie off guard, where she's accidentally going oppo on a slower pitch, you've got to be able to close that in. But great effort by Carter. She just missed it.
And we're going to have another circle visit here from Renee Gillespie. Circle visits this year brought to you by Walden Cleaners and Laundry, where the difference is quality. Gillespie, highest regular season conference finish since 2012 last season. Iowa, 26 conference wins, a new program record. But it's been a bit of a struggle this year. Though that could change in Big Ten play. The Big Ten softball preseason poll was interesting to say the least. And the way things have gone so far, Iowa was projected 10th out of 14 softball playing schools in the Big Ten. Here's the first pitch to Jennings. Shows bunt. And off to third is Snow. Did she slide around the tag? No, they got it. Patty Gasso stands in protest, and Taylon Snow on the same third base bag where she jammed her hand and had to have that hand finger popped back into place and still played, is called out, trying to snag third. But Alo did get second.
And that's another play that's really worked on just as much as the first and third plays is the first and second play on offense. When you show that bunt and kind of draw the defenders in to potentially advance another base.
By the way, it was called a strike on that first pitch. Jennings almost looked like she was doing everything to get a piece of it, but the 0-1 pitch misses low, ball one. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Tiare. Line drive right center field. It'll skip to the wall. Scoring easily is Jocelyn Allo. It's an RBI double for Tiare Jennings. And Tiare is 2 for 2 to start the day. And it's 5-0 Sooners. Wow. She roped that.
She is so impressive. I think just watching her play, and even her freshman year, she came in so ready to go and almost like a seasoned veteran. And I think just the amount of talent she came in with, the amount of confidence, I've loved watching her play.
First pitch, Grace Lyons in for a strike. 27th run batted in on the season for Tiare. They've started to try to do some math, see if Tiare could be chasing that home run total. The 0-1 is low, and it gets away from the catcher. Off to third is Jennings on the wild pitch. So that's 115 career runs batted in already for Tiare Jennings. Through 60, 85 games now. That's pretty good. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Line shot, caught by the first baseman, Doster. Went down with the backhand and took what would have easily have been an RBI. Away from Lyons, and there's 2 away.
Wow. That was a rocket. I mean, that was a hard hit ball to Doster.
Exactly, a play by Doster. 2 outs for Jada Coleman. Walked, stole a base, scored a run in the first inning. The stolen base was her 5th of the season. Runner at third is Jennings. Watch out for a wild pitch here. First pitch is in, a little up, ball one. Donald Postel is behind home plate today. Mentioned our umpire introductions earlier. Brought to you by Century Roofing on guard for Oklahoma. Haven't talked much about this Iowa team. Our opponent outlook brought to you by Polston Tax Relief. 1-0 pitch is up high. Polston Tax Resolution and Accounting, 100 years of combined tax resolution experience. In a Big Ten that has kind of struggled to make a mark this year, Iowa currently in non-conference standings is right around where they were in the preseason rankings. 9th. 2-0. The bunt is in fair territory and then takes a left turn foul. I mean, that thing hit and then spun like a sweet sand wedge off the bat.
And I'm loving what Coach Gass is doing right now. She's really trying to make plays happen, and I think that's exactly the stuff that she's looking for the girls to be considered, at that next level that she's looking for is they need to execute some of these plays. She's called a first and second play. She's called right there was a squeeze, and those are the things that she wants to see executed at this part of the season.
Runner at third, the 2-1 pitch to Coleman is up high, ball 3. Quick, one other note on this Iowa team. Northwestern is the top 10 team right now. Michelle Gascoigne's done a great job. They won 8 straight games. Michigan has struggled this year. And I say it's 17-6. They've had some big games they've dropped. Indiana, who the Sooners run ruled here the other night, is a 3-1 pitch is high, ball 4. Indiana currently sits in the top 4 in the Big Ten right now. They're 15-6 on the season. So, Big Ten play gets underway this week, and it's going to be a bit of a dogfight in that conference. Elam, pretty much in the same position, back in the first inning, hit a 3-run home run. The only difference is Jada Coleman was at second, and Tiare Jennings was at third. Right now, Coleman is at first after her second walk of the game. 21st walk of the season for Jada. Here's Elam. Runner goes. They'll throw down to third. Throw it away! She threw it away. Now the umpire is stopping everything. Why? Why? They're going to send Jennings back to third. They're going to send Coleman back to first. Why? Walking down is home plate umpire Donald Postel.
What in the world?
Well, and again, here's the unfortunate thing is we don't get any clarification. Saying 1 ball, no strikes. But everyone is being sent home, or sent back to their back.
Wait, what just happened?
I have no idea. There was never a motion of like an illegal pitch made. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. Time wasn't called because they gave the pitch, so that's must have been the case. Well, it cost the Sooners a run. They're up 5-0. The 1-0 is up high. Coleman's going to basically walk down to second base. Her 6th stolen base of the season, was trying to draw a throw from Peak, but after Peak launched it over the head of the third baseman, DeSena, out to left field, I don't think she was going to throw another one. The count is a ball and a strike. The pitch to Elam is up high, 2-1. So already for the Sooners here today, 3rd stolen base. Couple of them from Jada Coleman, who continues to find a way to get on base. Here's the 2-1. Hop foul behind home plate. That'll roll up the netting. We're at USA Softball Hall of Fame Stadium on a gorgeous Sunday afternoon with Destiny Martinez. I'm Chris Plank. Josh Connell, our producer in the franchise studios. Thanks to those of you watching on Soonersports.tv. Oklahoma leads it 5-0. 5 runs on 7 hits here in the bottom of the second inning. RBI single for Tiare Jennings here in the second. Score Jocelyn Allen. Here's the 2-2 to Elam. She fouls this straight back. If you missed the first inning, this is a carbon copy of a situation we were in with 2 outs in the first. Elam was at the plate. Coleman was at second. Jennings was at third. Lindsay deposited one over the left field wall. Left center field, I guess, to be precise.
On a change.
On a change. Will she get the same pitch here from Vasquez? The 2-2. Off speed, missed low. She went with the change again.
This game has been a lot more exciting just because they're trying to execute different plays, and not even for OU to be moving on the bases, but for Iowa to get this experience too. I think it's a good.
There's a high ball down the left field line. If it's fair, it's another 3-run bomb. This one is gone. Touch 'em all. Lindsay Elam. Back-to-back innings, back-to-back 3-run bombs. Let's go, Lindsay, on a Sunday. We're in run rule territory in the bottom of the second inning. Chalk it up, 8-0 Sooners. Wow. Have a day, Lindsay Elam.
And it's so great to see her really work that count, fouling off some, battling the count, and then just getting a hold of one that is left up hanging. Just absolutely demolish that ball.
They're making our Blue Cross Blue Shield scoring recap very easy in the post-game show. Jocelyn Allo had a big hit early, but it's been the big fly from Lindsay Elam, and here's a line drive into left field that falls for a hit off the bat of Alyssa Brito. Wow. 4 hits in the first inning for the Sooners, 4 hits in the second inning for the Sooners. 4 runs on the board in the first inning, 4 runs already on the board here in the second inning. Here's Jana Johns. Johns singled her last time up. We're entering that every Sooner has reached base in the lineup phase of the game almost. Here's the first pitch to Johns. It's in for a strike. Surprisingly, maybe the hardest hit ball today, the line drive by Grace Lyons. Riley Boone, who's on deck. Riley flied out her first time up. 7 of the 9 Sooners starters have reached. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Johns. Waited on it, takes it low. A-zip Sooners.
And creeping into, we are in
We're
red zone
there.
territory. Going back to the amount of innings that have been missed, I mean, we look at all these stats and all of these accomplishments and what everyone's been able to do.
1-1 foul back.
We're still missing out on 6 games worth of innings.
It's wild.
Like, can you imagine?
Unbelievable. Brianna Vasquez, by the way, 1 2/3 so far. 9 hits, 8 runs, 7 of them earned. 4 extra base hits for the Sooners. This next pitch will be her 63rd in an inning and 2/3. The 1-2. Johns checked her swing. It's been bad luck when we check it first. We called safe. A little bit unfair to complain about luck when you're up 8-zip in the bottom of the second inning, I think. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Johns. Popped pretty deep to right center field, but Klosterman angles back, makes the catch, and ends the bottom of the second. 4 more runs cross for the Sooners. And leading off for the Iowa Hawkeyes here in the third with Oklahoma on top 8-0 is the catcher Marissa Peak, and the first pitch got a piece of it for strike 1. 8 runs on 9 hits for the Sooners. As OU leads it 8-zip. Destiny Martinez, pretty solid. Not a bad start.
No, and it's not out of the ordinary either. So
This has become all too familiar. In a good way. The 0-1 pitch is popped up foul, giving chases. Johns can't get there. Marissa Peak on the season, hitting .235, 6 runs batted in for the Iowa catcher. Sammy Diaz waits on deck, second baseman. Iowa's had 1 base runner. That was on a dropped infield fly. Infield sky is maybe the better way to put it. The 0-2. Cold strike 3. 1 away. 5th strikeout of the game for Jordy Ball. Always love hearing where you're listening from. At OU on the air. Our third inning shoutouts brought to you by Physical, spelled different because we are different. And by the Trophy Club, Soonersports.com/Trophy Club. Good to see Trey Linda Kerr tuned in. New Mexico Sooner listening from the Silver City today. Kurt Harrison has checked in as the first pitch is in for a strike to Sammy Diaz. Mark Worley on a gorgeous day in Chagrin Falls, Ohio. Cheyenne Roller, Jeff Curry, the OU Club of Baltimore, T-Mac, Redhead Sooner. They're all tuned in on this gorgeous Sunday. The 0-1 is lined to center field, but that's a no-fly zone with Jada Coleman out there, 2 away. She looked like Destiny Martinez racing back to make that look easy.
I wish I looked like Jada Coleman out there.
2 quick outs here in the top of the third. Casey Schleicher. That's not even close. But Casey, thanks for listening today. At Run Rule Territory has checked in. The fact that following count is at 0 right now needs to grow. What a great Twitter handle name. At Run Rule Territory. The first pitch to the leadoff hitter, Klosterman, is low for a ball. John and Robin checking in. Westbound on I-40, headed home to, where are you guys headed? Ada today. Pace watching in Panama City Beach with her buddy, OU Linda. Good boy like that gets a retweet. Here's a grounder to second. This inning should be over in a hurry, though. Jennings bobbles it, and Klosterman beats it out. Second error on the Sooners. That was a routine ground ball. Tiari just doesn't make those kind of mistakes. It's the second error she's had this weekend.
It wasn't hit too hard. No, just simply bobbled it.
Man, Doug Hamilton is tweeted in from Broken Arrow. Appreciate Doug's passion. The first pitch to Nia Carter, the right fielder, is in for a strike. A lot of questions about Kinsey Hansen, and understandably so. She hasn't been in the starting lineup for the Sooners since the Minnesota game. Missed the 4 games in Hawaii and pinch hit a couple times here this weekend. 0-1, shows bunt, takes a strike 0-2. She's fine. She battled some nagging stuff. Sooners are opting to give her a little bit more rest. Probably could have DP'd today if this was an emergency situation. Might on Tuesday. Just something to keep an eye on. Here's the no-ball, 2-strike pitch from Ball. Hopped up on the infield. Jana Johns giving chase and makes the catch right at the entrance to the Sooner dugout. Man, OU struggling with the sun today, but Jana Johns makes it look easy as the top of the third is over. We head to the bottom of the third inning. Sooner softball today presented by Noun Hotel. It's Oklahoma 8, Iowa 0, and this is Sooner softball from Learfield. Today it's easy, and there's affordable options for everyone to support Sooner softball at Soonersports.com/Trophy Club. Riley Boone will lead things off. Patty Gasso walking down towards the Sooner dugout. It's the first pitch, misses low and away. It's 8-zip Sooners, so maybe as she chats with JT, they're already contemplating when we might see a Grace Screen or Taria Coleman or Hannah Cord. Boone flied out to right in the first inning. 1-0 is lined to right field over the head of Carter. It hits off the wall, and Riley Boone will slide in with a leadoff double. Speaking of hitters on a tear, Riley Boone, 400 average on the season. That is her second double of the season, her 4th extra base hit. And here's Taylon Snow.
That was a shot straight to the fence. That had it did not bounce before the fence. And did you see how fast she got to second base?
Yeah, she was moving. Here's the first pitch to Taylon Snow. A miss low. A lot of rules interpretation from earlier on Twitter. So I saw Courtney Bryce had checked in on this. Ken Knuckles felt like because the ball had hit off the pitcher's glove, that had taken interference out of the play as the 1-0 pitch is in for a strike 1-1. Maybe. But then it's kind of debatable if maybe it even hit off the glove. Going back to when Jossie was called safe at second base.
Okay.
I think that's way back in the first inning,
Yeah.
is it not? Yeah.
Okay, for some reason I thought you were talking about the
No.
third. Okay.
No, this game has had so many big-time plays. The 1-1 is a swing and a miss. Snow, by the way, 1 for 2 on the game, had a double, but was caught stealing in that second inning.
Okay, that makes sense. It probably adjusted where the ball was headed, which changed her line of
trajectory.
direction. Yeah.
Runner at second. 1-2 pitch, ground ball towards the shortstop. Diving play by Baines. She'll eat it as Snow beats it out. Smart base running by Boone to not go on contact. Baines made a heck of a play, diving to her right on the backhand, but give Taylon Snow a 2-hit day.
And really great base running by Boone, because she drew the attention as Baines reached over, grabbed that ball. She was going to come up and throw to first, but then she saw Boone kind of catch her attention.
Thought better of it.
First. Yeah.
Well, here's a chance for another 3-run home run for the Sooners. They've had one each inning, and the first pitch to Jossie is low for ball 1. Clay Holmes is checked in from Vegas. Jim Collins and his wife Donna in Washington, Oklahoma. Travis McLean listening and watching from Bixby today. 1 ball, no strike pitch headed home to the Sooner DP. Jocelyn Allo is low for ball 2. Billy is checked in. Question, why would you play Allo at the fence? If she hits it, it's gone. That's actually not a bad idea. They've moved in Carter a bit in right field.
Yeah, they're not as deep this go-around.
2-0 is grounded towards third. They're going to try to get Boone at the back. She's safe. The throw to second. Snow safe. Everybody's safe. Vicine tried to beat Boone to the bag, and Riley won the foot race. Boy, she threw a rocket to second base. That was a heck of a play by Diaz. And Allo is aboard on the fielder's choice, and now the bases are loaded for TRA Jennings. That kind of worked as a best-case scenario, because it looked for a moment like Jossie, it was a slow roller, had a chance to beat it out. It would have been close.
Jossie's a little bit sneaky quick.
First pitch to Jennings is in for a strike. Tiare's 2 for 2. A single, a double, couple runs scored, RBI. Jossie 2 for 3 now on the day. She stands at first. Boone at third. The runner at second is Snow. The 0-1 pitch misses, low ball and a strike. I kind of had that moment where I looked up and, oh yeah, Taylon's a second. Sacks full of Sooners here in the bottom of the third. Jennings looking to take the lid off this thing with OU on top 8-0. As if that lid hasn't already been removed. The 1-1 pitch misses outside 2-1.
And nobody out. This is all going on with 0 outs.
And Grace Lyons, the only Sooner who hasn't reached base yet, is due to hit next. Here's the 2-1. A little out. 3 balls and a strike. Actually, that looks... Is that Kinsey in the on-deck circle? Kinsey Hansen has moved into the on-deck circle. She's tough, man. Here, you're 3-1 against Jennings, and you can't put her anywhere. The pitch. Ball 4. Second run batted in of the game for Jennings on a bases-loaded walk. That'll score Boone from third. And here is Grace Lyons' spot in the lineup, but Kinsey Hansen will pinch hit. Pinch hitters this season brought to you by the Housesmith Restaurants. Feed your game day cravings with a wide variety of restaurants available across the Midwest. Visit housesmithrestaurants.com. And a quick trip to the Circle will give us a chance to thank some of you tuned in today, like Larry and the St. Pete Soonered in, Ruben out in Krakow, Poland. That's a fan right there. Kevin Fielder is in the air heading to LaGuardia. Thinks he just saw Lindsey Elam's home run fly by. The old folks are watching in Tulsa. Lynn Bybee in Idaho Falls, Idaho. The Turneys are watching and listening from Carnegie. People asking for math. I'll work on some home runs compared to last year to this year. Paige Cole checking in from T-Town, part of that Tulsa Sooner Club. So happy she got to see it live here yesterday. Love this team, Paige tweets. So do I, Paige. Sooner Lisa feeling dangerous today. Moved from Section 4 to Section 6.
Ooh.
OU loves watching from home in Stigler. Bruce Burdett and the OU Birmingham Club. Here we go. Kinsey Hansen, first pitch swinging, grounds it to first. They're going to come home. Safe! Safe at home is Kaylin Snow. It's 10-zip Sooners on a slow roller to first by Doster. Our slow roller to first by Hansen. Doster decided to come home. And Snow beat it on the slide. Will Pinge run here or re-enter Grace Lyons? How about that as an easy day for Kinsey Hansen? You get warmed up, you stretch.
Swing at the first pitch.
You do everything to get ready, and you swing at the first pitch, and then your pinch run for it. Here's Taria Coleman. Speaking of pinch hitters, getting an opportunity, Taria Coleman will pinch hit for Jada Coleman near the bottom of the third with the Sooners on top 10-0. True freshman Coleman from the Houston area digs in from the left side of the plate with the bases still loaded. It's 10-0 Sooners on 11 hits. And they've committed 2 errors. Here's the first pitch to Coleman. A little low, ball 1. Allo's at third. Jennings is at second. Grace Lyons, who just re-entered, is at first. Kinsey Hansen's day is done. Let's just double check the ruling. I would assume a fielder's choice. That's right. She will get an RBI for that. Swing and a miss at the 1-0 by Coleman. A ball and a strike. It'll be interesting to see what Coach Gasso does in the field in the fourth. See if Taria maybe plays a little bit out and right. As the 1-ball, 1-strike pitch is headed home and it's grounded foul. Did the math earlier. What is it, almost 6 games with
6
running?
games now, yeah.
That you've missed due to run rules.
Yep.
And we love the run rules. Fast games, come out, enjoy it. But
well, sometimes they're fast.
Right,
the one full game they did play.
That's right.
Was shorter.
Actually, you're right. The Sunday game against Utah was faster than some of these run rules. Bases loaded. Here's the 1-2 to Coleman. Swing and a miss, strike 3. One away. I bring it up. First strikeout of the game for Vasquez. And here's Lindsey Elam. Lindsey Elam's 2 for 2 with 2 3-run home runs, and now she bats with the bases loaded. I might walk her. But for players like Coleman, it's missed opportunities late in those games, right. The Hannah Coors of the world, where they might get an at-bat. Lindsey Elam is 2 for 2 with 2 home runs. Both of them 3-run shots. She bats with the bases loaded here. The first pitch, little low, ball 1. If she hits one out here, this place is going to go crazier than they have maybe all weekend. That's saying something. This crowd has been juiced all weekend long.
I think Vasquez needs to just do her best at keeping the ball off the plate.
I'd walk her. I'm not even kidding. Here's the 1-0. A little low and away, 2-0. They might be as careful as they possibly can here. So let's look at Lindsey Elam home run history. I think she's had a couple 2 home run games. Let's see if I can beat Patrick Dunn. 2 balls and no strikes to pitch, ball 3. They're really keeping it away from her. This is, by my quick math, the 4th 2 home run game for Lindsey Elam. She's never had a 3 home run game.
Well,
and I don't think she'll have the green light here. But we'll see. 3-0, 10-zip Sooners, the pitch, ball 4. I think that's the safer play, to be honest with you.
I was getting a little bit nervous because they're throwing her the outside corner, and if she did get a hold of one, that right center gap is wide open.
7 runs batted in on the day for Lindsey Elam. I'm going to confidently proclaim that this is the most runs batted in that she's had in a game in her career. As here's Brito, bases still loaded, 11-0. The pitch, outside, ball 1. And now, for Denali Locker, she's not able to pick up on the juice. Well, no one had any juice in this game for the Iowa pitching staff. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Locker. Wild pitch to the backstop. Here comes T.R.A. Jennings. She'll slide in. It's 12-zip Sooners, and I'm not saying that to be rude. It's just, Locker, who so far, since taking over here in the fourth, has allowed 2 hits, 3 earned runs. She's walked 2. Now add a wild pitch in the 7 batters that she's faced so far. 2 balls and no strikes. Locker rocks and fires. This ball is hammered to right center field. It'll one-hop and hit the wall. Easily scoring is Lions. Easily scoring is Elam. It's a 2-run double from Alyssa Brito, and the extra point is good. It's 14-zip Sooners, and it's a 6-run third. Wow.
I just don't know what you throw to any of them anymore. They are doing so well of not chasing. They're doing a great job of seeing the ball on the outside part of the plate and going with it, or pulling it on an inside pitch. Like, they're doing so good in every capacity of this game.
Yeah. So we're going to have a circle visit, and it looks like we're going to have a pitching change. So Iowa will go to the pin, and it looks like it's Devin Greer. This pitching change is brought to you by Love's Travel Stops. Clean places, friendly faces. So, last night I jumped the gun on a new pitcher. Greer might be coming in to play a different position. Let's wait here.
Bust out the binoculars, Plank.
Well, this is a big moment here for me in the binoculars. That is 25, so it is Devin Greer that's going to come into pitch. Love's Travel Stops, clean places, friendly faces, helped fuel my trip here this morning. I could not wait to stop at the Loves on I-35 and more and get my coffee on the way in. So new pitcher Devin Greer, will tell you more about her in a second. Going to keep it here for some of our third inning shout-outs. Danny and Deb are watching from D&D's Cabana in Maysville. Huge weekend for the Sooners. Huge night tonight, NIT basketball. Tonight. Baseball this afternoon. You make a day of Sooner sports. Cabo's watching from the chicken house. I'm actually building a chicken house.
Are you really?
Yeah. Cabo, I might be checking in for some tips.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm doing.
What makes
I live in the country
you
now.
just need a chicken house? Okay.
Everyone needs a chicken coop when you live in the country.
There you go.
Ben Lee is tuned in from Frankfort, Kentucky. Teresa Lakin in Section 8 with the crew. Ted and Ava watching in Broken Arrow. Chris Brazil checking in from Fiji. He's not there, but the sentiment is still true. To be on an island right now. Liz is in Pickett, Wisconsin. Tom in Locust Grove. Zane in Pittsburgh. Macy Sue tuned in today, as is the Sooner girl from Cedar Park, Texas. Jeff from Haviland, Kansas. Richard from Moore. And look at this. Boomer for my man Joe in sunny North Pensacola. Beautiful day for some Sooner softball. As we now will get a chance to see Sophia Nugent. As she'll pinch hit here in the bottom of the third inning. With a runner at second, 1 out, that's Brito. It's 14-0 Sooners. Here's the first pitch to Nugent. It's up high for ball 1. Sophia's only hit this season. Came on a home run in her first at bat as a starter. That was last Saturday against Hawaii. She started the final game of the 4-game, 5-day trip to the island. 1-0 pitch looked a little low, but is a strike. Devin Greer, a 5.46 ERA. 1-1 on the season. 8 strikeouts, but 9 walks in her 16 2/3 of an inning. This is Jana John's spot in the lineup. The 1-1 is a definitive change of speed that falls in. They threw behind the runner, Brito, at second, who didn't have much of a lead at all. I mean, it's 14-0 right now. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Nugent digs back in, the right-handed hitting catcher. The 1-2. Line drive left field. Is it going to get over the head of the left fielder? No. Sheehy ranges back, makes the catch. Brito returns to second, and there's 2 away. And with 2 outs, here is the 10th hitter of the inning, Riley Boone. My numbers, let's see here. I think this is the 4th time this weekend the Sooners have hit around in an inning. Maybe the 5th. Boone started this inning off with a double, and she grounds the first pitch foul. It'll be OU and Kentucky on Tuesday night. We'll be traveling with the team right here on the Sooner Radio Network. What do we got? Whitley, a 6 o'clock Central Time first pitch on Tuesday night? I think so. 5:45 pregame. Here's the 0-1. Popped down the left field line. It's in foul territory and falls just beyond the reach of Baines. That game, as of now, is slated for an SEC network broadcast, but there is a chance it could get picked up by ESPN or ESPN2. I think part of that had to do with what Kentucky did against Alabama this weekend. And they've been good games, but Kentucky's 0 for 2 so far in that showdown in the SEC. We've got a scoreboard update coming up next inning. Here's the 0-2 to Boone, and it's up high, ball 1. Riley's season average has ratcheted up to .415.
The whole lineup is 5s, 4s, high 3s. They're just so good.
Check swing on a pitch way up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls and 2 strikes. And runner at second, Brito, has been there for a minute. The pitch, she reaches and pokes one into right field. It falls for a hit. An RBI single. Now the ball gets away from Carter and right. Boone slides into second. 15-0. It's a 7-run bottom of the 3rd inning. And Riley Boone with a 2-hit inning. Not bad. Not bad at all.
She did such a good job really working that count, able to stick with that slower pitch, really poke it somewhere, make it fall.
Here's Taylor Snow. Jocelyn Allo on deck. 15 runs, 13 hits for the Sooners. First pitch, in for a strike. Snow is 2 for 3 so far. Double singled, run scored. Her season average is .553. The 0-1 bounces it foul. You want something even more impressive than .553 with 47 at bats? Let's see, she's been walked 7 times, so 54 plate appearances plus a sac fly. So she's close to like 60 plate appearances this year, and she's batting .553. She's hitting .556 with runners in scoring position. Swing and a miss. I jinxed her. Inning over.
No, they're incredible. So supportive. I love seeing that family operate.
I am a big fan of the Allo family. And Jossie, too, who is having herself quite a day, as all Sooners are. All right, all of the lineup changes have been communicated, and the first pitch is in for a strike to Denali Lecker, excuse me. Lecker, a strikeout victim in the first. 15 runs on 13 hits for the Sooners. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul tip. Today's game has been brought to you by Noun Hotel. We'd like to thank tonight's game sponsor, the Noun Hotel, located in historic Campus Corner, which will begin accepting reservations in April. Please visit the Noun Hotel online at nounhotel.com for more information. Grateful for all of our great sponsors. Here is the 1-1 pitch to Lecker. Swing and a miss, 1-2. By the way, speaking of all of our great sponsors, like the good folks at Communication Federal, Oklahoma's #1 credit union for all of your family's financial needs. OG&E, we energize life. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jordy Ball looking for strikeout number 6. The 1-2. She got it. Swing and a miss. 1 away. University of Oklahoma and Sooner Sports Properties would like to thank our concession partners: Rib Crib, Shakes Frozen Custard, Frito-Lay, Pizza Hut, McAllister's Deli, Nacho Express, and Kona Ice. Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter here for Iowa State. Kalina Burns will bat. First pitch is a little low for ball 1. Burns, the junior out of Corona, California. Kind of odd, Corona, California.
That's where I grew up.
Iowa City, really?
Yeah.
Here's the 1-0. Mouth foul to play. Let's see what the weather
What
difference
high school?
is. Corona, California, by way of Corona Centennial.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Rival?
My high
Maybe?
school wasn't really there to
Okay.
have rivals yet.
Okay, I got you. Fair enough.
But Centennial's a great program. They were rivals with Bree Terang. Bree Terang's high school, Santiago.
Bree Terang Way. Super mom. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Jordy Ball. In for a strike. Who was faster, Destiny Martinez or Brianna Terang?
Brianna Terang,
Oh,
and it
okay.
wasn't even a
All right.
question.
I'm not trying to start anything, Bree, if you're listening today. She's one of my all-time favorites with you guys because, man, when she brought juice, Jada-esque.
Attitude.
Yeah, I loved it. The 1-2 popped up. Does Sophia Nugent have a play? No. Lindsay's over at first. I didn't mean to confuse her. So Kalina Burns here hitting in what was Tristan Doster's spot. She'll take over at first base. Grace Barnes waiting on deck. I mean, it's 15s in. I appreciate all of you who are still hanging with us. Why not? Who knows what the 4th inning is going to bring, right? Here's the 1-2 pitch. Line shot down the right field line, foul. I'm just rolling through all these, and you guys keep with the check-ins. Nathan in his apartment having chorizo in a tortilla with cheese and sour cream. I have a chorizo breakfast burrito waiting for me.
Courtesy of Poppy.
How's yours?
Jim Gasso. It was
Good?
good. Yeah, good.
Let's begin my post-game meal. Ken is watching from Marita Beach, Bora Bora. Ken might have the best spot of all. The 1-2 check swing on a pitch high. She may have swung. They're not going to check, though. She had the bat forward and was trying to get out of the way. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That arm swing from Jordy. She's ready. This may be her last inning. Let's see Hope come in and shut this down, or Nicole May. The 2-2 fouled straight back.
We did see in that longer second half of that 3rd inning, Jordy had to run out and stay warm.
That was
Get her
a
sprinted.
long inning. Yeah. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. 7th strikeout of the game for Jordy Ball. Jordy is inching up on 100 strikeouts for the season. If I hadn't spread out everywhere, I'd have my stats right in front of me. 7th strikeout puts her up to 95 so far in 2022. There's Grace Barnes. Reached on an error her last time up. First pitch swinging, and she fouls it back. The ERAs for the Sooner pitchers heading into today, and Jordy's, just double check, because it's been lower just a bit. Go through the first 3 2/3 without allowing a run. Jordy's current ERA is .73. Here's the 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Hope Troutwines is 1.17, and Nicole Mays is 1.11.
Okay, so let's put that into perspective.
Go ahead.
With the amount of runs that have been generated by the offense, those are the pitching numbers.
Yep, it's wild.
Who is supposed to score against them?
0-2, ground ball to third. Jennings makes it look like she's been playing third base all year long. Scoops, throws, gets her, inning over.
Hundredth.
100 career home runs. 11 bombs on the season so far. She's at 99 so far in her career. The 1-0 rip foul. Again, the batting average is at 517 right now. But in the handful of times that Jossie has led off an inning, and she batted leadoff for a game this year against Utah, she's hitting .667 as a leadoff. Here's the 1-1 to Alo. Outside, 2-1. So officially 2 for 3 today with 3 runs scored for Jossie. Almost infinity on her slugging percentage, by the way. I'm being a little bit facetious, but StatCast can barely hold it. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Drilled deep to center field. 100! The 100th career home run in the illustrious career of Jocelyn Alo. She hangs loose as she airplanes into home plate. An instant bomb off the bat to center field. Ha-ha! Let's go.
That is so awesome to do that in this stadium with this crowd. Just an absolute shot right over that right center fence.
Wow. 12th home run on the season. 100th in her career. So if you want to cross sports here, she tips her cap to the crowd.
That is so special.
Peta Caviglia is the all-time home run leader in college baseball. So if you want to put Diamond Sports in one lump kind of group, he's the only college baseball player to ever hit 100 home runs, and Jossie just hit her 100th career home run. I'm telling you what, this is some kind of run that Alo is on. And that is, let's see, heading into today, the Sooners had 58 home runs as a team. They've got 61 home runs as a team. A C note from the Queen. How about that? Great screen pinch hitting here, by the way, is ahead on the count now, 2 balls and no strikes.
Unbelievable how strong and talented she really is.
The 2-0 pitch to Green is up high, 3-0. And again, I'll point out, she's still hitting over 500.
Like, what in the world? 100 bombs, hitting over 500. I mean, she's RBI queen, home run queen, batting average queen.
She's done it all. Here's the 3-0. Ball 4. Boy, Grace Green has been so efficient. The batting average won't do much for you, but, you know, in her 15 at-bats now, she's walked 6 times and has hit 2 home runs. Here's Grace Lyons. Every single Sooner that has played today has reached base. After Grace Lyons reached on a fielder's choice her last time. And you mentioned the runs batted in. That's another territory that Jossie is starting to creep up on as Lyons lifts one deep to left field. It's got a chance. It's gone! G3 going yard. It's 18-zip Sooners. For Grace Lyons. A bomb over left center field. And Oklahoma leads at 18-0. What do you do? What do you do in the circle?
I don't know what you can throw them because they've gone on the spreadsheet. The spread chart is all over the map, so it's not like they're dominating in one side of the plate. It's not like they can't handle a change. I don't know what you would do as a pitcher.
Here's Hannah Core. Hannah Core is making her 4th plate appearance of her career. She's looking for her first career hit. She's walked twice, but she's been the first pinch runner off the bench for the Sooners, so she's scored 5 runs so far on the season. She digs in. With nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning, it's 18-0 Sooners. First pitch is in for a strike to Core. So you mentioned runs batted in for Jocelyn Alo. Gets his dig in just a bit. Wait on the 0-1 pitch to Core. Boy, that looked like an off speed that stuck just a bit. Heading into this weekend, Alo had already set the all-time mark for runs batted in Sooner history with 265. As Core takes the 1-1 pitch low, 2 balls and a strike. She had 89 runs batted in last year, Jocelyn did? Okay. So heading into today, as Core takes the 2-1 pitch for a strike, 2-2. So heading into today, Jossie had 33 on the season. So that means right now in her career, she's at 271. As the 2-2 pitch misses low, ball 3. So 6 runs batted in this weekend for Jossie.
She's hit 271 on her career.
271 runs batted. I might be one off here real quick.
Okay, but still, there's teams that don't even score that many runs as a team.
I know. There's a line drive by Core, caught by Sheehy in left field. Hannah's going to have a great future ahead of her. She put a charge into that. But it was right at the left fielder Sheehy, and there's one away. So 238. So far this season, yes, I'm talking through math right now. So it's actually 272 with a run batted in on the home run today in her career. First pitch to Lindsey Elam. Speaking of players who have had a day as a ball, Elam, 6 runs batted in. She's 2 for 2 with 2 3-run home runs. She's never had a 3 home run day in her career. Maybe that changes right here. The 1-0 is on the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. So looking at the record for career runs batted in, she's got some work to do. 1-1 pitch is hammered down the left field line. If it's fair, it's gone. It's gone! A 3-home run day from Lindsey Elam. Oh, Captain! Our Captain launches one down the left field line, and she airplanes into home plate to make it 19-0. A 3-run bomb in the first, a 3-run bomb in the second, and a solo shot in the 5th. Wow.
I mean, you can't make this stuff up. You have Alo hitting a home run, like home run after home run. No matter what part of the lineup you're in, someone is hitting a bomb, and it does not stop. This is incredible.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. And we'll have another pitching change for Iowa, and I honestly don't know what you do here. Lindsey Elam hits her 3rd home run of the game. So the Sooners have had homers from Elam 3. They had a home run from Alo. They had a home run from Lyons. This is the 13th time this season Oklahoma's hit 3 or more home runs in a game, and they've hit 5 here today, 3 in the 5th inning. And Catherine Cerna is done for the day. I don't think I blame her. Iowa is going to go to the bullpen again. And they're checking in with Emma Henderson to take over in the circle. So not a good day for Iowa pitching, as the new pitcher, Henderson, will try to do her part to slow down the Sooners. Good luck. Here's Alyssa Brito. Brito digs in from the right side of the plate. She's 2 for 2 with a double and 2 RBI. Walked in the first. Righty on righty matchup. First pitch to Brito is outside for a ball. They still haven't updated the new pitcher on the StatCast. We can dig a little bit here on Emma Henderson, the freshman out of Battleground, Indiana, by way of William Henry Harrison High School. The 1-0 is line deep to center field. Are you kidding me? It's gone! A 4-home run inning from the Sooners, and it's 20-0. Chalk up number 4 on the season for Brito. Wow.
I mean, there's nothing that you can do. They've tried it. They've tried to change out the pitchers. They've tried to have the pitchers mix up their pitches. I mean, there's nothing more that you can do to stop this offense.
This reminds me of the UTEP game last year, to be honest with you. Here's the first pitch to Sophia Nugent. Misses low and away, ball 1. 4 home runs in this inning. 6 home runs in the game. And none of them have been sheepies. Like,
No.
the 1-0 pitch falls in for a strike. None of these home runs are barely getting out.
No. They're clearly gone off the bat. I mean, this is insane.
The 1-1 is fouled straight back. I don't know how much more you can say. Look at what Oklahoma, this is a good point by Mark Worley on Twitter. Look what Oklahoma has done to 2 Big Ten teams this weekend. I mean, are you kidding me? They lead 20-0 here over Iowa. Ball 2, 2-2 to Sophia Nugent. And they beat Indiana 15-1. They're outscoring the Big Ten this weekend 35-1.
It's
Wow.
insane.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2 away.
And like we talked about before, it's not like the other teams are having errors. It's balls that they literally, you can't defend that.
Right.
And yeah, you'll have a few walks here and there, but it's not like the games are ugly or error on error. You know, it's a couple walks here and there, and then just a ball you can't defend. It's out of the park.
20-zip Sooners as Riley Boone comes to the plate. The first pitch to Booney is a little out. Riley Boone is 2 for 3 on the day. She becomes the 9th hitter for the Sooners here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
You see Jordy Ball out there getting her sprints in.
She's a beast.
Keeping herself warm through all this madness.
The 1-0 is low, 2 balls and no strikes. We'll have a scoreboard update coming up in the top half of the 5th inning. But it's been kind of a light day in the top 25 because some teams had to scramble and play a few doubleheaders yesterday, including Utah and Oregon. The 2-0, outside ball 3. I'll get a few of them here. Virginia Tech sweeps North Carolina. Number 6 ranked team in the country wins 9-1. They're in the top of the 8th between Boston College and Florida State. And Boston College has just taken a 2-zip lead on Florida State. Here's the 3-0, ball 4. So Florida State in a little bit of trouble in extra innings right now against Boston College.
That's interesting.
Wow. Especially considering what Florida State had been able to do in the previous game. They beat them 4-zip on Saturday. They're playing 2 today. They're in the bottom of the 7th. That'd be a big loss for Florida State.
Yeah.
Here's Taylon Snow. Not quite batting around yet, excuse me. Alo led off this inning with a home run, and she grounds this one back to the circle. Nice play by Henderson, throws to the bag, inning over. But Oklahoma hits 4 home runs in the inning. They've hit 6 for the game. And as we head to the 5th inning, it's Oklahoma 20, Iowa zip. This is sleeveless. Now it comes down just a bit. 20-0 Sooners. 20 runs on 17 hits. The Sooners have hit 6 home runs in this game. All right, so one loose end that we left off on was the RBI conversation with Jossie. I have her at 272. Now, unlikely she's going to catch Ginny Dalton, the all-time leader in college softball history. 328 runs batted in from 93 to 96. That was a pretty good run. Now we're ready to go. Here's the first pitch to Claypool. Line drive right to the second baseman, Snow, and there's quickly 1 away. But 6, 7, 8. She is 1 shy of 8th all-time behind Jessica Warren at 273. She had 272 runs batted in. So you figure she could be at least knocking on the door of top 5 all-time. Stacy Newman had 299 in her career. So there's a chance.
299 and then coming after Sierra Romero.
Sierra there at number 4 with 305 as the first pitch to Schultz misses outside. Ball 1.
We'll see. We're only halfway through the season.
We are only halfway through the season. That's unbelievable. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch to Zoe Schultz. Low to him. Do I say it? I mean, there's something pretty cool that's going on here, Destiny.
Yeah.
Do I even mention it?
You got to talk about it.
It's up to you. I mean, there's a goose egg there on the scoreboard.
No.
This is inferring to. No, Jim Gasso shaking his head. Okay, all right.
No.
20 zip Sooners. The 2-0 fouled straight back. I got scared when she hit that. It's coming to you, Destiny. Can we have made a play on that?
Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Well, if we pop these screens out and get our gloves ready.
Told you I'm scared to pop the screens anymore.
Sorry about that.
A 4-run first on a 3-run homer by Lindsey Elam. A 4-run second field on a 3-run home run by Lindsey Elam. 2-1 pitch, checked her swing. Nope, she didn't. Called strike 2. And then in the 4th inning, by the way, the Sooners put 7 on the board in the 3rd without a home run, and then hit 3 home runs in the 4th inning. Actually, 4. Alo, Lyons, Elam, and Brito. 20 zip Sooners. The 2-2 pitch up high, 3-2. OU will travel to Lexington, Kentucky tomorrow for a Tuesday night game against the Wildcats. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Popped foul down the left side and out of play. I said it a lot during yesterday's broadcast, and I think many of you agreed. But this weekend really got the juices flowing for June, right?
For the
Late May,
postseason,
June, thinking about the postseason. I mean, what a crowd. It's all you guys. Here's the 3-2. Pop foul again. We'll have our Bud Light post-game show coming up immediately following the game. We'd like to thank today's game sponsor, the Noun Hotel at historic Campus Corner. Reservations starting next month. NounHotel.com for more information. I'm excited about it. Here's the 3-2 pitch from Ball. Ball 4. So here's Henderson. After the first base runner for Iowa since the third, and the first walk of the game from the freshman Jordy Ball. So runner at first as Ball stares in. Maybe a nice little 6-4-3 to end this game. First pitch swinging and fouled back for strike one. Oh. That's the best woo we've had all weekend long. I love it. A lot of Iowa and Indiana fans, kudos to them. Both made the trip down, representing their gold and black, and for the Hawkeye fans, and their red for the Indiana fans. Again, they don't get a chance to watch games here very often, to be honest with you, in person. The 0-1 pitch is in for a strike. It's been a minute since either Iowa or Indiana have made a trip to the Women's College World Series, and their fans have shown out this weekend.
Yeah, and this is a good trip. You know, there's quite a few things to do here in Oklahoma City. They just updated the museum.
Yep. The 0-2 popped up, shallow left field. Brito called off by Core, who came out of nowhere to make the catch, and there's 2 away.
Really good communication on that play by Core.
Iowa hasn't made a Women's College World Series appearance since 2001. In fact, if this is right, they haven't made a postseason appearance since 2009? Can't be right? Seems like they've been a little bit more effective than that. Here's Sophia Mars. First pitch, a little bit up, ball 1. Indiana, on the other hand, hasn't made a Women's College World Series appearance since 1986. And they haven't been here since 2011. Well, when I say here, the postseason, they haven't made the postseason since 11. So, makes sense their fans would want to be here for this. The 1-0 hit hard, foul. Look out. Renee Gillespie was ducking.
That was a shot.
I will say this, Iowa has one thing over us. They do have a dog that travels with them.
They do.
Yes. It was much to the delight of many of the Sooner staffers to see that.
I bet Coach Gasso would appreciate that.
Oh, she was all about it whenever she crossed paths with Coach Gillespie last night. 20-zip Sooners. We're in the 5th. 1 out away from a run rule win. The 1-1 pitch from Jordy Ball in the dirt. Good job by Nugent to go get it. That drew some acknowledgement from Riley Boone in right field. Hannah Core's out in center. Brito's gone the whole way in left with Jennings at third, Lyons at short, Snow at second, Lindsey Elam at first. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Up high, 3-1.
It's a good pitch for that count. Trying to get her to chase is a really good rise ball.
3 balls and a strike. Long look by Ball. The pitch. Ball 4. We'll see if this might draw a trip to the circle from Jen Rocha here. Or not. I mean, it's 20-zip. You want to give Jordy a chance to work through this.
Like we talked about earlier, I think that we see some what we would think are issues for OU softball, but it's just part of the game.
It's part of the process. Here's Riley Moss. Iowa going with a lot of pinch hitters here late in replacements, and the first pitch to Moss is in for a strike. Riley Moss hitting in what would be Riley Klosterman's spot in the leadoff. First and second, 2 outs. Here's the 0-1 from Ball. Swing and a miss, strike 2. I'm telling you what, right now, Riley Moss looks overmatched. I think she took 2 steps one that was almost out of the batter's box.
And I think she's also slapping and swinging for the fences, getting a little bit of ahead of herself.
Listen to this crowd. The 0-2 fouled straight back to us. Let's go,
Whitley.
Destiny. Oh, she called Whitley on that one. That's got some juice. That'll get all the way back to Jordy. She doesn't need anyone to help her with that. It's not the numbers we saw here on Friday or Saturday, but this Sunday crowd has been into it from the start, and it's a 20-zip Sooner lead. The 0-2 just misses. Just misses.
I do have to say, we have the best fan base. I mean, they've stuck through this entire game.
This is only the second plate appearance Iowa has had today with a runner in scoring position. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Jordy Ball. Called strike three, a no-hitter for Jordy Ball. A no-no again from the freshman. And Oklahoma, on a day when they hit 6 home runs as a team, 4 in an inning, 3 from Lindsey Elam, sweep through the Hall of Fame Classic Field and hit the road on Monday for a showdown with Kentucky. That game will be Tuesday night, right here on the Sooner Radio Network. Final score, Oklahoma 20, Iowa zip. The Bud Light postgame show is next. This is Sooner Softball from Learfield.